והנה, בזמן שהיה בית המקדש קיים, now in the time when we had the Beis HaMikdash, היה נמשך בחינה זו רעוסא דליבה מגילוי אור אין סוף ברוך הוא בהיכל קודשי קדשים, was drawn down this concept of the desire of the heart from the revelation of the infinite light may be blessed in the palace of the Holy of Holies. כמו שכתוב בתניא פרק נ"ב, the chamber of the Holy of Holies. It's a better translation. Like it says in Tanya, Lihiyos batel l'retzono yisbarech, in order to be nullified to his will may be blessed, v'kamo shekasuv, ki tihiyu atem eretz chayfetz, like it says that you will be a land of desire. Hainu kamo shekasuv b'Tanya, v'nyin giloi hashchina, like it says in Tanya concerning the revelation of the Shekhinah, Hamashal mislapshus klalos chayos hanefesh, the allegory of the enclothement of the general concept of life force of the soul, b'mochin, into the brain. So it's talking about the concept of malchus. So that's comparable to the concept of the eretz. So I guess that's why he says it's eretz chayfetz. Chayfetz because you have islapshus of pnimius hakeser, which is the difference between chayfetz and ratzon. So let's see how he says it. V'kachu ata b'chinas ha-Talmud, and so too now is the concept of Talmud. K'mayman azal, like our sages said, Mishacharav Beis HaMikdash in la HaKadosh Baruch Hu be'olamo, ela dalet amos shel halacha, that once the Beis HaMikdash was destroyed, the Holy One, blessed be He, only has in His world the 4 amos of halacha. So, instead of makom ha'aron eino min hamida, you have the concept of the 4 amos of halacha, the slapshus and mochin. Which is comparable to the heichal kodesh kadashim, which is the mochin. The heichal kodesh kadashim hu keser chochmah bina das debriya, and the palace of the Holy of Holies is in Keser Chochmah Das of Bria, Hamisnotzeses mi Keser Chochmah Bina Das Tatzilus, which sparks from the sparkles from the Keser Chochmah Bina of Atzilus. So this is similar to how it's explained in the end of the second beer of Nasati L'cha Mahalchim, Chanukah Mamer from Ohr Hatorah in Beraishis Chilik Hey of Ohr Hatorah. Ubo mislabeshes malchus d'atzilus shenasis atik lebriya, in which is enclosed malchus of atzilus that becomes atik lebriya, when it is called the king who's alone, like Melech Yachid Chei Olamim. So the Malchus of Atzilus says it's mislabish in Heichal Kodesh Kadashim Debriya, which comes from Keser Chochmah Bina of Atzilus. Bechinas Malchus Yanikres Eretz HaChaim, and the Malchus is called the land of the living, V'nikra Eretz Chayfetz, and it's called the land of desire. Al Shema Chayfetz Leikala Ba'atzmus Ein Sof Baruch Hu. Why is it called the land of desire of Chayfetz? Because it has this desire to be included in the essence of the infinite light may be blessed. It wants to go upwards. So this Shekhinah that's called the land of desire, as it's mislabish in the Heichal Kodesh Kadashim in Bria, wants to go upwards. ועין מה שכתוב בביר על פסוק מקושש עצים שמבחינת כסר שבמלכוס נמשך בכל מאודיך, and look what's spread in the Mamer of the one who was gathering the sticks on Shabbos, that from the concept of keser of malchus the keser is the chayfetz, it's this desire to go upwards, so that corresponds with the love with all of your might in Kriyas Shema. Like it's brought in this idea of on all honor is a chuppah, is an encompassing light. So the kavod can be kavod tata, which is malchus, and as opposed to kavod ilah, which is chachma, and on that kavod is a chuppah, is an encompassing light, like the idea of meodecha, which is this encompassing idea, the keser. ולכן נשפע ממנו רעוס הדליבה זו, גם כן בכל נפש מייחל קודש הקדושים, and therefore is drawn down from it this desire of the heart also, in each soul from the palace of the Holy of Holies, because the Malchus is in the Klalus Neshamas Yisrael. The Shechina, וזהו ביום שמחת ליבו, זה בניין בית המקדש, and that's the idea that on the day of the rejoicing of his heart, that's the building of the Beis HaMikdash. So we said that that's the idea of Re'usa Liba, and it's Miskalin, Heichel Kodesh Kodashim, and therefore the, so to speak, complete building of the Beis HaMikdash corresponds with the joy in the heart, the Re'usa Liba. The Kamosh Kazu Bezor Parshas Shlach, Tafkuf Samachalaf Amud Beis, Sheheichel Kodesh Kodashim Nikra Liba. So it's brought in Zohar Shlach that the chamber of the Holy of Holies is called the heart, even though we said here it's the concept of the mochin, but the idea is that it's revealed, this level reveals the Re'usad Liba, and therefore it's called the heart. And therefore it comes from it, this idea of Re'usad Liba, like it says, you've made my heart, my attached one, my bride, meaning the Malchus says it's mislabish and Heichel Kodesh Kodashim. So even though it's mochin, it's also the heart. The Gam Shinasis Atik Lebriya Mislabeshes Parich Anpin de Briya, and also that it's enclosed in Atik Briya and is enclosed in Arich Anpin of Briya, Shu Heichel Kodesh Kodashim, which is the palace of the Holy of Holies. Because it's Keser Chachma Bina of Briya. V'dugma ze benefesh b'chines nitzutz eloki hamislabish b'yechida. And similarly, in the soul is the spark of the divine that's enclosed within the Yechidah Shebenefesh. It's the divine part of the Nefesh Elokis. There's the Nefesh part and there's the Elokis part. So this Nitzutz is like the concept of that which is enclosed within the Heichel Kodesh Kodashim. Where it talks about the Nefesh Elokis. And therefore, through the revelation of Elokus in the palace of in the chamber of Holy of Holies, so too is drawn the revelation in the soul, the spark of the divine, in the concept of the Yechida Shebenefesh, Yechida v'Chaya b'Naran, and from Yechida and Chaya, it goes to the Nefesh Ruach Neshama, and spreads out to the other levels of the soul. Because you have three concepts of the world and the year and the soul. In other words, place and time and vitality. And when this revelation was drawn into the world, how much more so that this was already drawn into the soul. So meaning to say that it's the fact that it is drawn into place, into the makom of the mikdash, so that's because it's already gone through the higher levels of the nefesh. And has been drawn downwards, so it went through the other levels as well. And look what's brought in the Mamer about establishing the house, concerning how 3 times in the Shana you will see. So if you have the concept of Hiskalus in Shana, so that's another concept within the context of Olam Shana Nefesh. ובדיבור המסחיל בכ"ה בכסלו ועניין הדלקת נרות המנורה. Look about how this is connected to the idea of lighting the menorah. V'zeu ki tihiu eretz chayfetz, and that's that you will be for me a land of desire. Ki eretz Lashon Ratzon, because the land is also from the language of Ratzon, of Kaser. Barabbas Bereishis Parsha Lama Nikna Shema Eretz, like it says in Barabbas Bereishis. Why is it called? Why is the land called Eretz? Sheratzas Alasas Ratzon Kona, because it wanted to do the will of its maker. So both the Eretz and the Chayfetz refer to Ratzon. So Eretz Chayfetz. So the entire expression then Hainu Pnimis Ratzon refers to the inner will. The Chayfetz is the inner part, and the Eretz is the Ratzon part. When it's in a great pleasure and desire. And as is known that in the will you have the external and the internal, the pnimis, and the chayfetz is the pnimis. Barabbas Vayeshev Parsha Dav Peites Daled Isa Bechamish Lashon Chiviv HaKadosh Baruch Hu Yisrael. So it's brought in Rabbas Vayeshev that the Holy One, blessed be He, showed His affection for Israel in 5 different ways, 5 different languages: Dibur ve'ahava, Dveika, Chashika v'chafitza, with love, with speech and love and cleaving and desire and inner desire. Yishlomar kenegedalados Yosavaya, and we can say these 4 languages correspond with the 4 letters of Hashem's name, v'kotzo shel yod, and the 5th one is the point, the thorn on top of the yod. If so, the concept of chayfetz is the last one, corresponds with the thorn of the yud pointing upwards, the kaser, shehu haratzon shalamayla ma'aseichel, that refers to the will that's beyond intellect. So I guess it's from below to above. Dibor, maybe malchus, ava, mzeran pin, dveka is bina, chashika, maybe chochma, cheshik, and chafitza is the keser. The kemosh kaser begetos at tshuva perakei b'dibur hamaskal v'lo avachulu v'yafo chulu. So that's also the concept of ratzon, by the bracha of Bilam, how he changes the klal of the bracha that comes from the pnimis haratzon. Bira'o Bereishis chachma shara'ava peragimel perish dvika chashika chafitza. So Bereishis chachma explains these 3 expressions of cleaving and desire and inner desire, him gimel bechinos dinaran, as they correspond with the 3 levels, the lower levels of the soul. Bechinos neshama hu habina shu heichel kodesh hadashim, and there it explains within that context that neshama is bina, which is the palace of Holy of Holies, which is the mochin in general. Shukol gamkin chachma v'keser, that includes chachma and keser, like we said here. That heichel kodesh hadashim is keser chachma bina of atzilus, as its mitznut says to keser chachma bina das of bria. Chaya yechida chulu, that includes also the higher levels of the nefesh. Chaya yechida. So the heichel kodesh hadashim is chaya yechida nefesh. L'chein meheichel kodesh hadashim nimshach ha'reusat liba, and therefore from the palace of Holy of Holies is drawn down the desire of the heart. And further you can understand from the Mamer about Shabbos, Shabbos nikra kodesh b'chinas soviv kol alamin, that Shabbos is called holy. The concept of as he encompasses the worlds. V'yom HaKippurim Shabbos Shabboson, and Shabbos and Yom Kippur is Shabbos of Shabbos, is bo nichnas kohen gadol kodesh kadashim Shalamayla mi bichinas kodesh. That in that the Kohen Gadol goes into the Holy of Holies, the Holy of Holies, not just Kodesh. That is beyond the concept of Sovev, like we said here, that Re'usid Liba is higher than Sovev. It's brought in the Mamer Vayakel. The Bechinas Shabbos Shabboson Zehu Ratzon Elyon Shalamayla Min HaChachma, that the Shabbos of Shabbos is the Ratzon that's beyond Chachma, Mishamir Hanefesh Yisera b'Shabbos, and from there shines the extra soul of Shabbos, the Yos Nimshach Bechinas Zu B'Nefesh, to have this drawn down into the soul. L'chein Mikol Ze Muvan Gamkein. And from all this is understood as well, Inyan Hanal, this concept, Mebechinas Kodesh Kodashim Hayim Mekablim Ru'usid Liba, that from the Holy of Holies we receive the desire of the heart, V'yos Nikra Eretz Chayfetz, to be called the land of desire. V'zeu Es Halech Lifnei Havaya Ba'artzos HaChaim, that's why it says, I will travel in front of Hashem in the lands of the living. And that is that in order to be a concept of a traveler, not a stander, that's through the desire of the heart. That's where you ask this from, that you'll be in the lands of the living, because it's referring to this concept here of this land of desire, the concept of the Pnimis HaKeser. Gets drawn into the Nefesh through Usul Liba. So too it explains in Tikkunim that these lands of the living refer to the 7 palaces, to the 7 chambers. That is the chamber of love, the chamber of will, the chambers of the brachos of Kriya Shema, in Kriya Shema all the way up to Gal Yisrael. Until when you reach Shmona Esrei, that's the concept of Bria going up to Atzilus, and the Heichel Kodesh Kodashim, because the Yichud of Shema is in Olam HaBriya, and the Yichud Zun of Shmona Esrei begins when you say Goal Yisrael, and that's the Heichel Kodesh Kodashim. And that's why our sages said that it is more precious than gems. That is to say, more precious than the Kohen Gadol that goes inside and inside. The Mavur Le'il, though we explained before, that the Talmud is drawn from the palace from the chamber of Holy of Holies. Therefore, through the toil in Torah that you attach your intellect and your mind and your brain and your thought in the palace of Holy of Holies, so it's more precious than the Kohen Gadol, that it only goes into the Holy of Holies. And so the concept of Torah is more the Aron in the Kodesh Kodashim itself. It's not just the Kohen that goes into it, but the Esek HaTorah is Pnimis. And therefore, through the study of Torah, a person is able to draw down into them this desire of the heart, to be a land of desire for Hashem. Kitzer, Mash Re'usas Liba Nimshach Megillah Shebeheichel Kodesh Kedoshim Eretz Chayfetz. So we talked about the idea how this desire of the heart is drawn through the concept of the chamber of Holy of Holies, the land of desire. Pnimis HaKezer. Ki hu bekeser Chachma Bina Das de Bria, because it's in the palace, the chamber of Holies is in a Keser Chachma Bina Das of Bria. Hubo Mir Malchus Datzilos. Through Eretz Chayfetz, and in it shines the Malchus of Atzilus, which is the Gili of Pnimis HaKeser into Bria. Ki al kol kavod chuppah, because on each kavod you have a chuppah, the makif is miskale from the Malchus as it's mislabish in Keser. Bria ubiyom simchas libo ze binyan Beis HaMikdash, and the day of the desire of his heart is the building of the Beis HaMikdash. Teichel Kodesh Kedoshim is miskale the re'usad liba of the Eretz Chayfetz of Malchus, the makif into Neshamas Yisrael of Bechol Meodecha. Above Tini Achosi Kala, you've made my heart my attached one, my bride. Malchus is that the concept of desire for Hashem comes from Malchus. Will he be aired? My heart is awake. So that's the concept of An Yeshin. Will he be aired? So that he hasn't brought yet this concept, and that is that even though you're in Golos, like you're mislabish in Bria, and so your heart is awake. You have Iskalos of Usas Liba here. Melech Yachid Meir B'Yichida, and the Malchus shines to the highest level of the soul. Here we're talking about Malchus is mislabish in Keser. Eretz Ratzon, we said how Eretz is from the language of Ratzon, Chayfetz, Pnimis, and the Chayfetz is an inner concept. Chamisha Lashonos, and how you have 5 languages, Dibur Ava, Vika Chashika Chafitza. Chafitza, Koso Shel Yud, and how the Chafitza refers to the thorn of the Yud, the highest level of these Lashonos. Perush Rishis Chachma Neshama, but the Rishis Chachma explains that of the 3 Lashonos, Dvika Chashika Chafitza, this refers to Naran, and this refers to Neshama, that includes in it the Chaye Yechida as well. Shabbos and Kodesh Hagdashim Neshama Yisera, and how the Shabbos of Shabbos is the Holy of Holies, the extra Neshama of Shabbos, like the concept of the Makif to the Neshama. Like we just said from the Rishis Chachma. HaTalmud Nimshach Mehechel Kodesh Kedoshim, and how Talmud is drawn from the palace of Holy of Holies. Therefore, it's more precious than the Kohen Gadol who goes into the chamber, but it is, so to speak, the pnimius of the chamber itself. So you do that through Torah. So again, you have the concept of Re'usad Liba, and you have the concept of Torah.